Good evening. I'd like to call this meeting for the city of San Juan at 6:04 p.m. May we rise for invocation. Mr. Juan, can you lead us?
Please bow your heads. Dear Father, we thank you for everyone gathered here today. We ask you to guide us during our discussions, give us wisdom so that we can make adequate decisions. May this meeting bring success and growth to our city, as we always pray in your name. Amen.
May we face the flag for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. May be seated. Do we have, Ms. Janet, any public comments at this time?
Yes, we have two, Mayor. We have Miss Anna with the Boys and Girls Club from San Juan, and we also have a recording that we will play once she's done.
We also have a what, I'm sorry?
A recording.
Recording,
from a
okay.
public comment,
Yes, ma'am.
Good evening, Mayor, City Commissioners, and San Juan City leaders. My name is Ana Vasquez, and I am the Unit Director for the Boys and Girls Club in San Juan. And first off, I want to thank the city for continuing to support the Boys and Girls Club. Know that your efforts, we are continuing to stay open throughout this pandemic by serving our community with our meal pickup. So we do that daily, Monday through Friday, from 3:30 to 4:30. So the community is able to go to our facility and pick up meals. They serve a dinner and also a snack. We also we're continuing to serve our members in club as far as with computer classes, arts and crafts, and our recreational activities and much more. And I'm gonna have a few of my volunteers come up and pass out our newsletter for the month of April. And also our summer program. So you're going to see in front of you our newsletter for the month of April, just a few highlights that we did. We were able to have an Easter celebration where our members participated in our Easter egg hunt. We also made sure we did some type of family activity, which we they're a little bit nervous. Which we also we planned a family movie night. So we like to encourage our families to spend some time. I know sometimes it's hard after school to do that. So we did have a family movie night this month where we show a Disney movie, Raya and the Last Dragon. This month, we also made sure we celebrated our employees. This month, we had our after-school professionals week. So we did that by just having games for them, gift cards, snacks, just letting them know that they are important to the club and that without them, our club would not be open. And then in back of the newsletter, we also have our summer program. So we already started registration. Last week was our first week. And I want to thank the city for sharing it on their social media page. We are continuing to register. So if anyone needs more information about that, they're more than welcome to give us a call, or they can visit our social media page as well. And we also are going to be passing out some goodie bags. So if you guys can get the goodie bags, please, and pass those out. So I'm going to go ahead and present Mr. Eddie Cantu, our board member.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Ana. Ana's been with us since the beginning. She's done a tremendous job. She comes with a lot of experience. And one of the things she didn't get a chance to mention is that what did we do when all schools were closed? We got very creative in both our San Juan and our FAR and our Las Mispas clubs, and that we provided a place from 8 to 5 for parents to continue to go to work and actually drop off their kids. And from the Boys and Girls Club, our kids were able to do virtual learning, but with their parents being able to go to work, we all know how hard it's been trying to keep somebody at home, mom or dad, and try to keep their kids learning. So a lot of parents entrusted us to take care of their kids during that time. which is not what we normally do. We're normally an after school and in the summertime an 8 to 5, but we transitioned well and we provided a place for the kids to virtual learn. We also provided lots of meals through the pandemic. You know, there was times when our school district was trying to figure out what to do. We were all trying to figure out what to do, and we continue to provide food and meals both at lunch and at dinner time in the summer, last summer. And so all of that's been because of y'all's support. You know, we always told you that all we needed was a partner. Our budget continues to grow, but we couldn't do anything without the funds that you provide to us. So we're here to tell you what we're doing and also to thank y'all for your continued support. Is that it?
That's it.
Awesome.
Thank you.
I have a couple questions,
Sure.
Commissioner. In reference to, you mentioned the movie night, where is that held at?
So that one, we do partner up with the Christine 2, the community center next door. So
Is that the
anytime-
park behind?
No, that is the building next to our facility.
Oh, okay.
So in there, they have, it's a resource center. So we partner up with them and they lend us the facility anytime we have family events.
I got you.
So in the past, we've had art activities in February, we had an art activity. This month was the movie night. So hopefully, for Mother's Day, we're also going to be having something there for our family.
Okay.
It's a space similar to this, maybe a little bit smaller.
Are we streaming?
Yeah, we're gonna stream.
We're streaming, okay. My next question is, I guess just for the families that are out there, what kind of precautions are you guys taking, with the COVID-19? I guess, we all as a community, we still need to, take care of ourselves and stuff like that. So, just for the record, so that way, if anybody, watching us online, they can know what kind of precautions you guys are taking for COVID.
So we're still requiring for our members and our staff to wear their masks. I know our staff already, most of them, I think all of them already went through their first COVID shot. So I know they're due for a second one, I think early this May. So I know we are continuing with the social distancing,
Great.
continuing as they come in our facility, they wash their hands before and after
Nice.
meals, before coming in from the outside, even if they go play outside. We haven't had, thank goodness and knock on wood, any outbreak in our facility. So that hasn't caused us to close that off. And I think our parents are very honest with us as far as if their kids are sick, we stay home and we stay away. So we're really grateful for our parents that are, I know parents have to work and they don't want to miss, but I think we're all taking this pandemic very seriously. So kids already know too. They line up, it's a routine. Of course, kids are going to be kids.
Of course.
You're going to want to slack, and this honestly is just a lot of repetition with them, a lot of redirection with our club members.
A lot of things we did when we were open 8 to 5, like I talked about, is that we did stuff that the school's going to try, right? Keeping 10 kids per classroom, even though you had room for 20 to 30. Keep 10, and instead of moving to separate classrooms, they stayed in one room the whole day. That way, you limited the risk of spreading the virus.
Correct.
And so we were blessed that we didn't have any outbreaks.
Nice.
Yeah, we were able, actually, a few months ago, we were able to switch out a lot of our faucets to the automatic, same thing with the toilets. We were able to install the refill for the water bottle, so there's no sharing, and with the water fountains. And also, I know there was this filter applied through one of the, yes, through the county. So that was all provided through the county. There was a filter provided for the AC that filters out like germs and things like that. So that happened maybe a few months ago. So county was able to provide that for our kids.
Great. Well, thank you so much, and I'm glad that we're a partner with you guys, and we will continue. I know you guys having good success out there, and we've heard it. And thank you so much for taking the time and being here this evening with us. Any questions, guys?
No,
We're
just keep
good.
up the good work, guys.
Thank you.
I mean, it's noticeable, and we'll try to promote it as much as we can.
Thank you.
Awesome. Appreciate that.
Thank you, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jesus Mendoza. And Mendoza. And my phone number it is 956-583-7012. I have been homebound for more than 10 years for the life-threatening electro-hypersensitivity, EHS, which is caused and aggravated by exposure to the same wireless microwave radiation reaching children and teachers at school. My EHS has been recognized by federal and state agencies and by courts as a physical medical condition and as a disability and proves conclusively that even exposure to low levels of microwave radiation causes severe physical harm and disabilities even to adults. It is estimated that without knowing, more than 50% of the population is already suffering symptoms of EHS. Children, teachers, doctors, attorneys, and even a director of the World Health Organization are suffering from EHS. Please see wearetheevidence.org. Despite that EHS is reaching pandemic proportions, most doctors are in the dark or in denial and continue misdiagnosing and mistreating with harmful drugs and invasive procedures symptoms that disappear with just reducing exposure to microwave radiation. A law firm filed a federal lawsuit with evidence of how the cell phones used by children emit more than 5 times the levels allowed by federal law. When even short doses of radiation above the federal safety limits causes harm even to healthy and strong adults. 7 law firms are warning school officials of the potential civil and criminal liability of exposing children unnecessarily to harmful microwave radiation when an expensive hardwired internet is readily available. According to experts, electrosensitivity is not an isolated set of symptoms, but ongoing injuries to the immunological, neurological systems, which are progressively aggravating to reversibility by exposure to microwave radiation. Some of the symptoms of EHS include pain, swelling of vital organs, swelling of face, head and eyes, symptoms, heart attack and stroke, rashes and loss of skin, flu and allergy symptoms, and stomach, sleeping, vision, hearing, memory, speech, concentration, and breathing problems, headaches, palpitations, arrhythmias, chest pain, high and low blood pressure, seizures, paralysis, unconsciousness, nose bleeding, internal bleeding, fever, tremors, involuntary movements, dizziness, nausea, irritability. Ladies and gentlemen, amen. Safety limits causes harm even to healthy and strong adults. 7 law firms are warning school officials of the potential civil and criminal liability of exposing children unnecessarily to harmful microwave radiation when an expensive hardwired internet is readily available. According to experts, electrosensitivity is not an isolated set of symptoms, but ongoing injuries to the immunological, neurological systems, which are progressively aggravating to reversibility by exposure to microwave radiation. Some of the symptoms of EHS include pain, swelling of vital organs, swelling of face, head and eyes, symptoms, heart attack and stroke, rashes and loss of skin, flu and allergy symptoms, and stomach, sleeping, vision, hearing, memory, speech, concentration, and breathing problems, headaches, palpitations, arrhythmias, chest pain, high and low blood pressure, seizures, paralysis, unconsciousness, nose bleeding, internal bleeding, fever, tremors, involuntary movements, dizziness, nausea, irritability, depression, anxiety, fatigue, weakness, muscle and joint pain, painful cramp, numbness, tooth pain, gum swelling and blisters, burning and dry eyes, eye pressure, blurred vision, asthma, testicular and ovarian pain, dry lips, tongue and mouth, altered sugar levels in persons of male miscarriages and birth defects. Scientific studies prove most doctors are confounding the symptoms of EHS with symptoms of other illnesses, including autism, ADHD, dyslexia, PTSD, and heart attack and stroke, multiple sclerosis, fibromyalgia, hypothyroidism, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, rheumatoid arthritis, chronic fatigue syndrome, diabetes, and major depression and suicidal tendencies, as detailed by the request to protect our children submitted to the Secretary of the U.S. Department of Education, Dr. Miguel Cardona, and posted on the case materials of Jay Mendoza at wirelesswatchblog.org. wirelesswatchblog.org. Sharing this information can save the lives of children, teachers, and police officers and other unsuspecting victims. Thank you very much for the opportunity, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
This was Jesus Mendoza.
Yes.
You got his phone number? Anybody else?
No, that's it.
Good. Okay, go ahead, sir.
Yes, Mayor, Commissioners, staff, community, good evening. The first item on the agenda, Mayor, is in the presentation where we have proclamation recognizing the heroic act of Angel Zhang, the city of San Juan. He's not here with us today, so we're going to take no action. But we'll follow to item B, which is proclamation recognizing the heroic act of Jared Moore in the city of San Juan, Texas. I'm going to ask the chief to come over and talk about Mr. Jared.
Good evening, Commissioners, Mayor, Commissioners.
Good evening, sir.
We are here to present and advise you all to see if we can declare a proclamation for Mr. Jared Moore. He's a six-year-old who played a major role, courageous act in advising somebody of, or a family member of a possible kitchen fire at the residence. He alerted his mom, and it pretty much prevented from there actually being major disaster or damage to their home. I did prepare a proclamation. They are here also, and he wants to, if anybody has any questions or anything like that, but he played a major role in making our job a lot easier in the sense with his quick actions and heroic efforts in getting the situation under control.
And most important, keep everyone safe.
Correct, yes, sir. He played a major role, like I said, and we have another one that did the same thing. It just so happened that they coincidental within the same 2-week period.
Okay.
Okay,
Sure.
proclamation. Who's got the proclamation? You have it?
I'll go ahead and read
Okay.
it. Okay. Jared Moore. Jared is a 6-year-old student from Idea Academy who will be graduating from kindergarten next month, and whereas Jared was diagnosed with Down syndrome at birth and spent his first few days life in the neonatal intensive care unit at McAllen Medical Center, and whereas despite various health complications from the moment he was born, Jared is full of spirit and a light that shines bright, and whereas now Jared is healthy and determined little boy that refuses limitations and works hard at everything he does. And whereas Jared's love for firefighters has allowed him to grasp the concept of safety, and whereas when an unattended stove caught fire, Jared's bravery and quick thinking saved his home and his family. And whereas Jared took action by informing his mother of the situation, attempting to contact the fire department by opening the door to release a smoke that was rapidly engulfing the house while keeping composure. And whereas when these heroic efforts are shared and recognized, it is not about bringing attention to the person, but bringing attention to the act and honoring the positive outcome while recognizing what could have been. Now, therefore, be resolved that I, Mario Garza, by the power vested in me as the mayor of the city of San Juan, along with Mayor Pro Tem Lenny Sanchez, Commissioner Jesse Ramirez, Commissioner Neto Guajardo, and Commissioner Marky Villegas, hereby issue 27th day of April 2021 to be Jared Moore's Citizenship Day of demonstrating incredible bravery and character during the fire that took place at his residence. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's give Jared a big round of applause. Yes.
You want a video or? Jared.
You want to swing them over here? Here. We got you.
Got it? All right. Hey, let's give him another big round of applause. Thank you. Thank you.
Here, we continue. The next item is on the presentation on departmental reports. Tonight we have Department of Finance, Fire Department, Police Department, Municipal Court, and Department of Utilities. Every director is here, ready, available. Should have any questions for them.
Okay, I'm sorry. Any questions for the directors at this time? I guess my first question would be for Chief Tiso.
Yes.
Oh, he's right there, taking a picture with Jared. Yeah. Chief.
Yes, sir.
In regards to the, I know I had asked you 2 weeks ago, I think it was, in reference to the COVID vaccines that you guys, the city administered, and that it was very, very successful. You know, the feedback that I was getting is that they were just very, very impressed with the structure that you created and everyone else that was involved.
What do you, for Jared?
And this is it. And the question that I've been asked is the city of San Juan going to do another vaccine here in the future, sir?
We did 24 homebounds today with the assisted Texas military.
Okay.
I spoke to Mr. Arjona earlier today. While we had the briefing this morning before we went out on the road, I had the gentleman from Hidalgo County Emergency Management.
Mm-hmm.
He was advising me that Mercedes had 1,000 the other day and only 130 people showed up. So I spoke to Mr. Arjona, and I think I would like to recommend that we maybe go with another 500.
Sure.
We have, on the 5th, we're doing the second dose, and then right after that, I'm waiting on some additional equipment so we can run 2 lines, actually an additional 2 lines, like that we can get it through a lot quicker. But I'm waiting on 2 additional tents.
Great.
But once we clear that, we're good to go, or you all tell me whatever date. I know the commission, well, he's out there. But I think our best bet and my recommendation would be maybe just to do 500.
No, that's fine. You know, my thing is just as long as we have another drive here in the community, you know, like I was saying, it ran pretty smooth and it was quick. So I guess just if you can just keep an eye on that, get with Commissioner Eddie Cantu as well, and so that way we can partner up with him and get this going.
And I can thank all the departments
Sure.
that participated. I
Of
mean,
course.
they all did great. We all went in there as the first, as trial based, and actually the plan was to do 1,000. But I think with the decline that's occurring right now, I think we're best. And I think we're going to plan it a little bit different. We're going to advertise ahead of time also, because we did it at the spur of the moment, the way everybody else was doing it, and gives people more the opportunity to participate in getting the other 500 out.
Now, is this kind of like, can the average can the community member just show up and get vaccinated, or do they have to sign up again and get the wristbands?
We did the wristbands, man.
But I know I've heard like in other communities, it's just get in line and without even going to sign up.
I guess it would be different for the first, because we already did the first dose, right?
Correct, yeah.
So that would we do
We're doing
the
the second
wristbands
on the 5th.
But after that, like you say, we probably.
I mean, the wording, what I got told actually that the county was having issues in the sense when they went electronically for people to register. Because what was happening was that they would register for, let's say for Wednesday, and something would come up on Tuesday. Well, they would go to the one on Tuesday and then they wouldn't show up for the one on Wednesday. So a lot of those were going It won't show. They won't
So
show.
your recommendation is just keep it how we have it?
Yes, sir. I would
Okay.
recommend that because I think the
And
wristband.
that was actually the recommendation given to us by Mr. Olivares as well when.
Correct.
Mr. Olivares and I were there. So
Good
we're
recommendation.
looking into doing that. Now, one of the recommendations, speaking to the county, was that they're asking for us to pretty much target community businesses.
Yes.
So that's what the EDC is gonna be working on, reaching out to those businesses that have not, the employees have not gotten vaccinated. So we're gonna reach out to every single business unit in the city of San Juan. And not that we're gonna prioritize them, obviously what we want is 65 and older, but also we're gonna prioritize those community members that are actually employees in those restaurants. And then anything else, everybody's welcome to come over.
Now, my next question is, a lot of times, we have individuals that, are working from the hours of 9 to 5 or 4, whatever, what have you. Is there something where you guys may consider doing an evening drive?
Whatever y'all wish to do, we'll do it.
I'm just saying for those individuals who work and they get out at 5 o'clock, I think that's something we should consider,
Okay.
and,
Might have a lot bigger numbers
Correct.
show up like that.
yeah.
See, like the homebounds that we did today, they initially came in and they had a list of 50,
Mhm.
52 actually. But what wound up happening, we did the confirmation. A lot of these were winter Texans from the local RV parks.
Gotcha.
Well, they went out of town, so it cut down the list right off the bat from 52 to 24.
Oh, okay.
But we took care of a local produce company with some extra ones that we had. We did, how many, Carl? 28 at Palmer Produce.
Good deal. Okay.
So they don't go to waste, but the thing is that a lot of times there's extras and we can work.
Yeah. My only recommendation is if we can do something after hours,
we
after
can.
5 o'clock.
Yes. we
But,
can
whether
definitely
it's,
do that.
whether it's 500 or whatever.
Correct. Yes, sir.
Go ahead, Mayor. Pro Tem.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
I believe that the more effective is to have the bracelets pre-registering. The reason being is that if you open it for the public and you're going to have an excessive amount of people showing up, and then you're going to have your cancels obviously. And I think that when you pre-register, I think you actually,
It's confirmed.
it's confirmed that you actually can focus on how many personnel you're going to need. Better planning for in our situation.
Well, identification of this.
Correct. And we got participation from the Silica. They just told us just as long as we don't work on it, do it on a Saturday or Sunday, of course. But
No.
during the week, the parking lot's there and we can run the same time.
Okay, any other questions for the directors?
Just really, Chief, Chief, I want to thank you for acknowledging these individuals that came in today. Obviously, one didn't show up, but I want to thank you and your staff for identifying these individuals in our communities. They're very important. They play a very important role in our life, which makes our jobs easier, which is very important. I want to thank you, your staff, for that, also for identifying the chief. On behalf of, as far as the subdivision where I live at, we're very proud of your police officers' work. We're very excited. I know you all closed 10 cases of burglaries within our area. Not only that same night, you all caught some burglaries in progress.
Yes, sir.
Well, actually, 2 individuals were arrested, and I want to commend you for that because you show the leadership at that point. And I also got that your officers were very courteous and very helpful and very attentive when they were actually taking care of these that subdivision that we're at. I hope it continues, and don't let the stigma leave, and I hope everybody can do the same thing. 10 cases in one night is very hard to share. I also want to commend the community, because without the community, I don't think this would have happened. They all shared their videos, their surveillance videos, which made it real easy for law enforcement personnel to do their job. It's a 50-50 work of effort here. Police do 50%, the community does the other 50, put it together, it's 100%, and that's the outcome. And I want to thank you.
Thank you, sir. I'll relay that information to my officers.
Okay, anything else, gentlemen?
Mayor, I just.
Go ahead, Chief. Go ahead.
I want to thank the Chief, Patel, Parks and Rec, the staff that came out over the weekend with that Golden Gloves boxing event. It was a very successful event. I think it was a very short notice, however, that the team and the department was able to put it through. And I think it was a very great event. I think that the sales on that ticket was outstanding. I think I was very happy that the organization, they're talking about coming back in February, if I'm not mistaken.
June. No?
The Golden Gloves, February next year, for the 86th annual.
Yeah, but I spoke to, with the gentleman, I believe, Tovar?
That's another end, so we're looking into that one as well.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yes, there are other events.
Yeah. But Golden Gloves are right here.
The Golden Gloves, the 86th annual will be around the 1st of February, 22.
22.
Real quick, just keep it going, because I mean, you put us on the map, and I mean, I got a lot of tons of feedback. So whatever we can do to keep these, you know.
We have a lot of positive feedback on Sunday. They love the outdoor show.
Perfect.
It was one of the biggest ones in the state this year, so we'd like to make it our
First time that we did it, so good job, guys.
Yeah, very good, very nice. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, the next item, Mayor, under ordinances is consider adoption of an ordinance in the first reading of voluntary annexation petition of the Meadows and Ridge subdivision being a 5.42 acre tract of land out of lot 12, block 31, Alamo Land Insurance Company subdivision, as per the map recording volume 1, pages 24 through 26, map records, Hidalgo County, Texas, located at the southwest corner of Ridge and Cesar Chavez Road, requested by Esponja Development. Mr. Escobar.
Mayor, Commissioners, I was similar to mention, this is the first reading for the voluntary annexation. It's going to be a subdivision that's incoming, so the city decided for that. And the ordinance will see Exhibit A, which is the map. Exhibit B will show the meets and bounds of the exact property will be in the city limits, and then Exhibit C is the service plan. Once we get that signed, we'll update the city limit maps, and we'll send it to all the organizations, elections department, legal district, tax office.
Okay. Any questions for Mr. Escobar? Okay, with that being said, is there a motion to approve? Is there a second? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Thank you, sir.
The next item, consider the first reading of an ordinance amending Chapter 1, General Provisions, Article 1.05, Administrative Fees, Section 1.05.003, Fire Department of the City of San Juan's Code of Ordinances for the purpose of establishing certain fees for the fire department provided by the City of San Juan, Texas, providing for publication, effective date, providing for a severability clause, providing for Texas Open Meetings compliance, and providing for a repeater clause. This item, Mayor, Commissioners, was tabled at the last meeting, so we can come back and act before the next meeting.
Is there a motion to untable? Is there a second? I'll second that. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
This item is untabled. Go ahead, sir.
We're proposing to start additional fees in the fire department, not necessarily just for false alarms. It'll be also for fees for plan reviews, sprinkler system reviews, and pretty much everything that we pretty much do when it comes to building construction. We've been looking for a fee for the burning permits, as long as they meet the requirements. If it's for development, we'll allow them to burn, which is, it's happened on several occasions. And that's pretty much, I think we're one of the few jurisdictions that doesn't currently have any fees. And now that the city's pretty much, as far as when it comes to infrastructure and everything, the city's pretty much taking care of that, in the sense that, you know, it's kind of difficult to hit them up with, you know, running a line, looping a line and things like that. The majority of the infrastructure, we're pretty much set. These fees are pretty common in all the fire departments, and I think it's that time, we're at that point in time already where I think I'm recommending that we look into an ordinance and start collecting some fees.
Growth.
Yes, sir.
And you mentioned like sprinkler, like fees going and inspecting.
Sprinkler system.
Yeah, exactly.
Correct.
Okay.
We
Now,
actually, like the process right now, Mayor, if you get a building that's coming in, we'll get the plans for the actual building itself.
Correct.
And then we'll get plans for the sprinkler system if it requires one,
Okay.
and then also for the fire department.
okay, now my question to you is, if they pay that fee for you to go and inspect the sprinkler system, and for some reason it fails, you know, for X, Y, and Z reasons, do they have to come back and pay another fee for you to go sky? Yeah. Oh, okay. And what is that fee usually?
It varies between $15 to $20.
Okay.
And you normally on that situation, they normally address it right away for the simple reason that there'll be a non-compliance. Should there be a fire that evening or that night, and the system's not working, there's a possibility that they won't have coverage from their insurance.
So you do inform them on what you expect?
Most definitely, yes.
Yeah, okay,
And that's
perfect.
currently the process that we're doing right now, Mayor.
Okay.
But we weren't charging.
I got you, okay. Any questions for Chief?
I will note, Mr. Juan, that I didn't mention to you, we had looked into charging a fee, you're gonna go 36 without no fees. So we went with 5 per year. Like that, you know what I mean? If we stick with 3 per month, it's giving them 36 throughout the year, and I don't think we'll be able to collect any fees. So we go with 5 per year, it'll alert them to get their systems repaired or looked at.
Is that pretty much the standard?
Correct, yes, sir.
Now-
I compared it to other jurisdictions.
Now, would you notify these business or these residential homes in reference to these fees? Like as far as, you know, kind of giving them a heads up? Or how would you do that?
What's occurring right now, Mayor, and I think what really prompted us to do this was that every time there's new construction coming in, they call us and they ask us for the water fees. So they're pretty much used to getting charged for plan reviews and sprinkler system reviews and fire alarms. So as far as notifying them, it would be when they would pull their construction permit.
Right off the bat, you inform them?
Correct, yes, sir.
Okay,
And I will say that our ISO rating for insurance services, that plays a major role on how we get rated every 5 years. So the more alarms, active alarms that you have in sprinkler systems, the less insurance that we pay for the resident, for the business owner.
yeah, of course.
Yes, sir.
Okay, any questions for Chief? If not, is there a motion to approve? Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you, sir.
The next item on the consent agenda, we have a consent item A, B, C, D, E, and F. If you'd like to make have any questions on any of these, we can just.
At this time, is there anything we need to modify or amend under consent agenda? Modify or amend? If not, with that being said, I'll go ahead and make a motion to approve. Is there a second? Been second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries.
The next item on the executive session, we have the San Juan City Commission will convene executive session according with the Texas Open Meeting Secretary's Texas Statutes and Code Annotated, Government Code Chapter 551, consultation with attorney, pursuant to section 551.071, consultation with attorney, discussion of possible action regarding City Hall Transit Terminal deals. Good?
Yes.
We're back from executive session at 7:04 PM. Is there a motion to reconvene? So moved. Is there a second? Second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Okay. Under executive session, is there a motion to approve as discussed in executive session? So moved. Is there a second? Second. Second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Is there a motion to adjourn? Is there a second? Second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. This meeting has been adjourned at 7:04 PM. Thank you.